Hi there, my name is Samuel and welcome back to another video, and today we shall take a look at the set 71748 Catamaran Sea Battle, which does contain 708 pieces, 6 minifigures, and this did originally retail for £60, $70 and €70. And this set honestly is absolutely incredible. Like when I looked at some other full videos, because I do sometimes watch them, yeah, it seemed like it was a mixed split, and honestly in my point of view this is such a different set. That especially is incredible. The color scheme on that is still really accurate, really awesome, but the fact that this just stands out a mile. Like when you look at Ninjago, they have quite a lot of the same colors, right? This is so different. Like we don't with Dark Town, I guess we have a bit with Hunted, but mainly like the fact that we've got a lot more, I would say a lot more brown, blue, and like tan, it just creates such a unique color scheme, which honestly I think is really great. So yeah, I think this set honestly is really awesome. I'll talk about that more in my overall thoughts. So let's jump into the minifigures and then the actual build to the set. So taking a look at the three minifigures here, you can see that we have Zane, Kai, and Jay in their island outfits, which honestly, these are really awesome. Fun fact, I actually did get their heads mixed up when I built it. No clue how I did that. But yeah, these figures honestly are really awesome. Like I have to admit, I think they're great. So starting off by taking a look at Zane here, you can see he's printing, which honestly, I think this is just an absolutely perfected version of Zane. And I'm pretty sure that that is meant to be some like abs or like his plating behind the armor, which is really interesting to see. And that is actually his heart core, I do believe, which it keeps getting changes. And I don't know, why would Zane keep his heart core that like open? It seems really dangerous to me. But there you can see he has his titanium hairpiece, which honestly, that is really awesome to see, I have to admit. And there you can see the back printing, which honestly, that just looks so cool. The minifigures in this set are absolutely amazing. And then of course his face print is just the classic angry one, which yeah, that's basically standard for him. And then taking a look at Kai, you can see here with his front printing, which honestly, that looks really awesome. Like I just think that these figures are by far my favorite, and this actually gave me a new series idea, which I will start that very soon, I would hope. But there you can see that printing, which honestly, this one as well on Jay, they just look so well done. Like seriously, these minifigures are some of the best ninja figures that we have ever gotten. And that hair piece with like the headband honestly is incredible. Now let's take a look at the back printing, which there you can see Kai and Jay, which honestly, these figures just look really awesome. Like I think that looks really cool. And yeah, the minifigures I think are just done really well. And there you can see their face prints, and if we remove their hair piece, you can see that Kai looks pretty stern there, and then he looks pretty happy, but that is just how he is. So that honestly is really cool. And then taking a look at Jay, you can see he's a bit like not as happy, and then he's a lot happier here, so that is really cool. So yeah, those are the minifigures, which honestly I think are great. And if we quickly just take one more last look at their hair pieces, I think that they're just so well done. Like honestly, I think it's great. So taking a look at the minifigures, you can see we have Chief Mamatus in the middle. Then on the left hand side, you can see we have a Rumble Keeper, and on the right hand side we have a Thunder Keeper, which honestly, these minifigures are really cool. And the reason I didn't say villains is we're only 2 episodes in. I'm just going to do a review of those episodes once I've done this one. But yeah, we don't really know yet. Are they villains? We're not really sure yet. Personally, I don't think they will be. But anyway, here you can see this one, which first off, this one honestly looks really awesome. Like I think these figures are just so well done. Like the whole season, I think it's just going to be really cool. Like just all the designs, I don't know, it just seems a really different take, which is really cool. There you can see all of the body printing, which honestly, that is pretty cool. And there you can see the shield, which I will take a bit of a longer look at these figures now. And as like I repeat them in the sets, I won't. I always do that on the first time, just review them a bit longer. And then we'll go to this one. We'll save the best for last. You can see him here, which honestly, this looks really cool. I thought this would be a neck attachment like the original in that CMF, but it isn't, which is really interesting. There you can see that printing again, which is really cool. And the fact that there are like quite a lot of duplicates in them of the on the show, it doesn't, I don't mind having as many duplicates. It's not as bad, especially not like the Munts and the Geckos where it's like the same character and they're all different. But anyway, there you can see Chief Mamatus. This minifigure is honestly absolutely incredible. Just looking at him, it is so well done. You can see he has the cape, he has the headdress, which honestly is really awesome. You can see it has like a little symbol on his head, which is quite an interesting thing. But there you can see that, which I really like the look of that. I think that is just wow, so well done. That honestly looks really cool. And it does have the little teeth pieces in it, which I wasn't exactly sure would they do that, but they did. And there you can see his armor, which honestly he looks pretty cool. There you can see he looks quite mad there. And then on the other side, you can see his back printing, and you can also see that he doesn't look white, you know, he doesn't look mad, he's just cross at this point. But then there you can see his staff, which honestly, that is such an incredible minifigure. Like Chief Mamatus is such a good figure. But those are the minifigures. Hope you did like this new camera angle. Tell me if this works or you want me to revert to the old one. But now let's take a look at the catamarans. So taking a look at the actual catamaran itself, I remember like when I think back of my actual full video on the set, I said this was was Kai's. No, in fact, this is not Kai's, and there's, I believe, 3 of them in the show. No, sorry, there is 2 of them. I actually believe there's 2 of them. And yeah, these are just generic ones, which I sort of should have got by that. But then, I don't know why there's fire detailing, but hey, yeah, no, there are just 2 of these. And they're all the same, which I think is really cool. And it just shows that the ninja don't have to have their own vehicle. Like, Zane gets his own little one because I don't know. But yeah, I still think it's really cool that they did that. And I'd love to get a second one to like have it accurate and complete. But I don't know, we don't really get Walmart 85% deals off ever, or if very rarely, maybe every few years. But anyway, here you can see the Catamaran, which honestly, this is just such a cool set. Just looking at it from this angle, you can see there's just so much to look at. So if we start off at the front here, you can see that we have this little front area, which honestly, I think that just looks really cool, just the way it's done. You can see how glossy it is. We have that sticker there, which honestly, I think that sticker is done really nicely. And then zooming back out, you can then see, actually zooming in again, we have this little panel, which honestly, I think that looks really cool. And this just is reflecting the light of the ring lights over here, absolutely insanely. Then you can see that we have the little ingots, we have a spring-loaded shooter, and then we have another little fire part, which is annoying. Why the fact that they like think they got to put fire everywhere, but hey, still looks pretty cool nevertheless. So there you can put a sword if you wish to, or something like that. We then have these on the back, which that is more for detail, which is actually one of the first things you build, which is quite interesting. And then taking a look at the top, you can then see we have those elements, and then we have another panel, which honestly, this has got so many stickers, but I don't really mind. I think it looks great. Danger, that is pretty cool, because that is literally what they're about to encounter. Quite a lot of danger. You can see those stickers, which is pretty cool. We then have the fins and the rotors on the back, which honestly, I really like that they added them just for more detail. Like this set, this is only 2 of the 6 bags, but it's quite a lot of detail, even though it's quite small. But there, you can see the stickers, which are basically just the same from the other side. But hey, nevertheless, still looks really cool. And this one actually doesn't have one on this shield, which I thought was quite interesting. But still, I like it. It makes it a bit different, which obviously is really cool. This side detailing, which is really cool. And let's quickly just straighten that up. But there you can see that, which honestly, that looks pretty awesome. I have to admit, there we've got that better. But yeah, that looks really cool. We have the grill part on the side, and then we have a seat, which of course you can fit a ninja in. You can just slot him in there, which honestly, that looks pretty cool. I have to admit, the fact that you can just sort of put him in there, I think that looks really cool. You can, if you have to like take the armor off and stuff like that to fit him in properly. Of course, you can put his hands on the handlebar, which is pretty cool. So that, honestly, I really like. I think that is fantastic. Just the way it is done is so well. And if you want to take a look at the sail, you can see it here, which honestly, that looks really cool. It never looks perfect from this side. It would be good if they found a better way to do it double-sided, but then it looked too chunky. So I think for what it is, I think it's really good. But there you can see that, which honestly, I really like the pattern. I think the pattern is just done so well. Yeah, it looks a bit fiery, but hey, I guess that's what it's like. Maybe Kai was in charge of painting it and the ninja didn't want to help, so he thought, hey, you know what, I'll take ownership of these sort of. But there you can see that again, which honestly, that is mainly what it does. But there is a play feature, which honestly, you can mostly tell it is to do with this. If you push this back, it opens up. Yes, yeah, honestly, it's really cool. So basically, it is actually, sorry, I meant, like, should have kept it open the whole time. In the show, it starts off, so when you see this, this should be a bit wider for accuracy, that, hey, I get they couldn't do that. So it does show, and I really like the fact that it's done exactly how it is in the show, in the sense of, the idea is that when they're breaking into the island, they're going in this way, and then there's some, like, rock formation to stop themselves from crashing. They literally just pull the ship in, which I think that is such a small, just neat little feature that they just do that. That is honestly really cool. And then there you can see we have those little hook parts at the front, and then looking at the bottom you can see we have all the flat parts, which that is pretty cool. And that is that. So that is Kai's Catamaran. Sorry, not Kai's Catamaran, that is the Ninja's Catamaran. And now let's take a look at the Chief Matis's Catamaran. So taking a look at the keepers of the Amulet's little vehicle here, you can see that, which honestly that looks really awesome. And quickly, just before we take a look at that, this is the Amulet, which honestly this piece is absolutely incredible. Apologies, I should have shown it with the minifigures. I will in the next set, but yeah, there you can see that, which honestly that is really awesome. It is quite big though, quite large, but I guess that is fine. It looks pretty cool there, and that I think is going to have quite a big impact on this season, potentially the next season, so that is really interesting. But yeah, this is the Catamaran of the keepers of the Amulet. I'm not so sure, what do we call them? Do we call them like Rumble Tribal Warriors, something like that? But yeah, there you can see that, which honestly I think this just looks really cool. So starting off at the front here, you can see that we have this sticker, which honestly that was quite a pain to get it perfectly fine. Well, it's more about the process of just trying to get it perfectly fine, but it looked fine in the end. There you can see that one, which that looks pretty cool. And just honestly, that looks really cool. I really like the look of that there. You can see it goes all the way back, and we have some like lightning purple pieces, which is pretty cool. And the fact that Jay got hurt by lightning, I will say in my review, was a bit silly. Like, that made no sense. You can then see we have this little prison part, which I'll show that in greater detail in a minute. And moving on to the back, you can see that we have this little feature, which that honestly is pretty cool, and I'll again show that in a second on the back at the front. But there you can see that we have this fin piece, which honestly I like the look of that, and the fact that you can sort of like push it around in the water, it like I guess sort of makes sense, like it does. And I think that is just such a creative option that they've done. And these fins you can move up and down the side ones here, and then moving around again you can see them there, which again looks pretty cool. So now that we're back at the front, the play feature at the back, if I quickly move the camera out there, you can see. So what you do with this, you quite simply push it forward, and it does that. It literally just moves that forward, which, don't get me wrong, that is cool, but I don't see, like, I don't get the whole point of it. Like, I feel like it's quite a lot of parts going into a feature where all it does is that. But yeah, maybe it is accurate. We haven't seen enough of the show, like, season yet to see it, which is quite weird, like the fact that we've been getting the sets before the actual media. But yeah, that honestly is really awesome. Like, genuinely, I think that is done so well. And there you can see the sail, which honestly I think that looks really cool. I like the logo, and that maybe like the Wahira, I believe is the name of that like dragon sea monster thing that like you see in the trailer, I believe is what it's been called, because that is one of the episode names for the final. Which then, taking a look back over here, so what I wanted to show you is this is actually a feature. You can probably tell by that is actually a car rim piece, and the fact that it actually pops off, so we can pop that one off and we can literally pop that other one off. Yes, there are spring-loaded shooters. I accidentally did just shoot. So here you can see that we have these two, which honestly I think that they look pretty cool. You can see the one on the left does have the barrels, and the one on the right has the bones, but there you can see that, which honestly that looks really cool. You can see the underside of it, and just all the details look absolutely amazing. You can see we have the sticker there, which honestly that looks really well done. I have to admit, I like the way it's done. And yeah, you have all the barrels and everything. They have little weapons here, which that is actually, fun fact, a weapon build from, I believe, Legacy, and I think we may have seen that bit in season 4 as well. But there you can see that, which honestly that is really cool. So yeah, you got the spring-loaded shooters, which I do like, and if you wanted to remove that, you sort of could, like, I guess you could remove both of them, because then you might want it on the other side. But yeah, that honestly looks really cool. You've got somewhere for the villains to stand. Sorry, not villains, for the tribal warriors to stand, which honestly is really awesome. Like, that is really cool. And I know this video is going to be quite a long one, but there's just so much to talk about. This one is practically the same in the sense you can take that off. You've got a place for the minifigures to sit, but then you've also got this, and if you can't tell, this is actually a little cage in there. Also, it's that sticker, and then there you can see all the bones and everything, which I really like the way that they've actually changed it. It's not all the same, so you can see that we have the 5 parts there, and the idea is that you take Jay's weapon out, you then put Jay in here, and you've got that like figure compartment. So the idea is that he has been captured, which honestly that is really cool, and I like the way that's been done. So yeah, I think that honestly is really incredible, and I like the fact that you have that at the end, which you can move up and down. And then if we have one more look at this side of the catamaran, you can see, but you can put those down, and the idea is that you can have 3 vehicles. So this technically has got 4 different vehicles. You build the final 2 together at the end, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, you've got these little spring shooters, which is the little logo of Wahira. Again, I think that is who it is. But then there you can see the little seat, which honestly I think that looks really cool, and I can't believe it's already dusty in there. But yeah, that is the Catamaran Sea Battle. Honestly, it is a really cool set. You can sort of move to sail, but it's sort of meant to be at an angle. But yeah, that is the Catamaran Sea Battle, which honestly, this is such a creative set. Like, this has got to be one of the most creative Ninjago sets. I know that it's because, yeah, it's just got so much detail. Like, honestly, I don't know why, but I think this is just one of the best. I have to admit, it's got to be one of the best vehicle sets. I'm not even going to lie. I think it's just absolutely perfectly done, and it is just so creative. Just something that we've really not seen before. And there you can see the little engines which do rotate. But yeah, that is the Catamaran Sea Battle. Now let's take a look at my 5-row full. So there we have it. I hope you did enjoy this review, and yeah, this set honestly is absolutely incredible. This honestly is such an amazing set. Like, I don't know what else to say. So yeah, I would definitely highly recommend it if you was like looking into it. And yeah, I'm gonna quickly do the part where I customize them. So those swords are gonna go. The weapons for the ninja I'm gonna keep for the time being, because we haven't seen enough, so they potentially might get them. And Zane is actually inaccurate. He should have the shoulder piece like Kai and Jay, but I don't actually have a spare of those from this season. I know it's the same as the others, but I try and do it from wave to wave, so I have to replace that when it comes, when I get another one. But yeah, this is how you quickly replace Zane. It is quite an easy fix. You simply just need a spare body. I got I think this maybe from a magazine, I think, or somewhere along the line we had 2 versions of that Zane suit, which as they weren't like different or anything, I don't need it. So yeah, there you can see that with Zane. Honestly, I think he looks pretty cool, and he does have the same weapon. So for now, I'm going to be leaving all of those off, and I will keep that with that pile. But yeah, that is actually what Zane should look like, which honestly, I think that looks really awesome. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video. What do you think of this set? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Personally, again, I think this is really awesome. And tomorrow, I'm actually going to push back many Ninjago reviews till tomorrow. I'm going to quickly film them now and put them out tomorrow. So thank you all for watching this video, and until tomorrow video, I'll see you there. Bye for now.